There has been a lot of outrage because of this group called Collective Shout. Apparently, thanks to this group, this site called itch.io dislisted mouthwashing, and grifters like Grumps affirm that the reason this game mouthwashing is being dislisted is because of this group Collective Shout and the push that this group has been doing to ban certain types of games. The reality is that Grumps, this scammer, he's a scammer himself. Go and watch the video that exposes him. He himself posted that either itch.io or the mouthwashing devs are lying, because itch.io says that the game hasn't been indexed since October 2024, since it doesn't meet their criteria to list the game. They are using a download button that links to Steam. That is why they dislisted the game, not because of Collective Shout. This is a problem with these grifters. They like to feed on the drama, they like to feed on the controversy because they make money out of this. And Grumps in particular is a scammer. He hasn't finished his game. Go watch the video. Why do I have to tell you what this has done when there is already a video explaining all of this? Go watch it. He's a scammer. So in this post, even itch.io commented, "We don't feel the developer is acting maliciously here. They probably only checked their page status recently due to the news on the no safe for work content and assumed their page was part of that." So basically, that's not the reason why that game was dislisted, and it doesn't make any sense since the game is still on Steam. Now, this doesn't mean there isn't an issue with the whole Collective Shout group. I am just clarifying to you that these grifters are pushing a narrative that isn't even true. You don't need to do that. You only need to speak the truth to see that Collective Shout is indeed a problem. Why are you making it up? It isn't needed. Now, what is Collective Shout? It's a group. It's a think tank. All you need to know is that they are a bunch that think they can police your entertainment. That's it. Sadly, the government and the companies listen to this, and thus they get away with everything, or mostly everything. The founder of this group is a feminist whose name is Melinda Tankard Royst. She apparently is a feminist but also a Christian. Before founding Collective Shout, this woman founded Women's Forum Australia, which apparently it's a conservative think tank or this kind of organization that pushes agendas basically. So how is this conservative but also a feminist? That can be true because it's a lie. This group pushes the narrative that pornography is violence. They are trying to make it so pornography is seen as almost as rape, basically. And we all know that's not even the case. The women that participate in those activities, in those jobs, because believe it or not, those are jobs, get paid, they participate on their own will on those quote-unquote jobs. I am not going to say that all pornography is legal and it hasn't had any issues in the past, because probably there have been a number of issues with this quote-unquote industry, but the reality is that the majority of this stuff is legal and it's not what these groups are trying to make it out to be. Now, how can you be a Christian and a feminist? That's a oxymoron. You can't be both. Either you are one or the other, and no, this is not a false dichotomy. It isn't, because both ideologies are at odds with each other. Feminism comes from Marxism, and Marxism and communism deny God. Now, I am not a Christian myself, and I don't believe in any Abrahamic religions, but it's just common sense. You can't be promoting an ideology, a godless ideology, and at the same time call yourself a Christian. That doesn't make any sense. And this is why I always say it like it is. It's white men that are unable to control white women. That's it. This is the problem. Another white country exporting cultural Marxism, and now even on the name of Christianity itself, all because white men refuse to control their women. Oh, but Australia is not a white country. It is a white country. Just stop trying to make whataboutism or actually red herrings. It's a white country. Once again, whites can't control their women. And now you have a feminist that is on Christianity itself because you allow it. Christianity promotes that men are the leaders of the family and they have the obligation and the responsibility to be the head of their communities, and women have to follow, they have to obey. God itself on that story made men first, and then they made women from the rib of Adam. Women weren't supposed to be the protagonist, and you are letting them do and be the protagonist. You are letting them to do whatever they want. You are giving them the privilege to lead society into complete destruction. Good job. Now, if you remember, in the UK, there has been a really hard push for censorship and for control. The most recent push was about Face ID. You now require to scan your face to enter certain sites. Even Discord and Reddit are asking for this. Last year, we knew that in the UK, and even to this year, it is still happening, they are jailing people for their posts on X or on other platforms. You can be jailed in the UK if the government doesn't like what you're saying. Hell, you even get worse punishment for speaking the truth than all of those illegal aliens that are invading the country. They are also trying to get VPNs banned, so say goodbye to your anonymity on the internet. The Big Brother is on the rise. So this collective shout group went after the payment processors, the quote-unquote payment processors, and basically twisted their arm to exercise what people are calling censorship. I wasn't even trying to make a video about this before because I am not against Steam removing porn games from their platform. The reason why is because I don't believe Steam should have pornography on their platform. Neither do X. Why? Because I don't like it there. I don't like to have porn on those sites. Now, they should be able to decide for themselves if they want to have that on their own sites. They are just removing it because they are being forced by these payment processors. Why? These payment processors have the power to decide what the you're going to do and what the fuck are you going to consume. They shouldn't have that power. That power should belong in the hands of a great leader, in the hands of the leader of a country, in an aristocratic society where there is a big leader with a vision. He should be the only one that has the power to decide what is going on, not payment processors. And if you don't know, I am not a democracy supporter. I don't advocate for democracy because the world is filled with. I don't believe it is in humanity's best interest that the majority of these get to decide who is going to lead them. No. Whoever is going to lead has to be decided because of their qualities, not because what a bunch of decided to vote for.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. but the people are retarded. So let us say, government by the retarded, for the retarded, of the retarded.
I am not going to enter into that very deep because I am going to deviate a lot if I do that. So I'm not going to do that. But the reality is that these payment processors shouldn't have the power to decide this. And this is why countries should have control of their own money, of their own economies. Why? Economies, the monetary system of these countries is decided by a third party. Why? We all know why. It's a scam. It's a way to control countries. Now they say, this is about the children. Oh, the poor children, they shouldn't have access to this. This is why we are going to control the internet more. That is a red herring. The reality is that they want to control you. They want to control every one of you. Everybody. They want to go for 1984. That's the goal. It's the new world order. That is what it is. This is why you also have to sign to everything. You need an account for every little. You almost need an account to take in your own bathroom. It has been getting really. For me personally, it's very difficult to remember all these passwords and accounts. Now, there are programs that can do that for you, but that is not going to be the ultimate solution. You know what is going to be the ultimate solution. You already know. But I'm going to say it anyway. They are going to centralize everything into one ID. One ID verification that is going to be tied to your face, to who you really are. You are not going to be anonymous on internet anymore. Anywhere. Everybody's going to know who you are. There is a video, an old video that said, they are not going, I don't remember who may say this phrase. If I find it, I am going to put the clip. But it's a dude that said, in the future, they won't have the necessity to kill you. All they have to do is to turn off your chip.
Goals of the banking industry, not just the Federal Reserve System, but the private banks in Germany and England, all over Italy, all over the world, they all work together. They're all central banks, and they're all part of the Communist Manifesto. You know, central banking is one of the major planks of the Communist Manifesto. We talk about America being a capitalistic country, but yet at the same time we have a central bank that plans everything for us. Right? And the graduated income tax is another plank of the Communist Manifesto, right? So right there you have two major planks of the Communist Manifesto that have been brought in because of the Federal Reserve System, okay? So the ultimate goal that these people have in mind is the goal to create a one world government run by the banking industry, run by the bankers, and they're doing it in sections. The European currency, the euro, and the European Constitution is one part of it. Now they're trying to do it in America with the North American Union, right? And they want to create a new currency called the Amero, right? And the whole agenda is to create a one world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money is to be in those chips. Right, there'll be no more cash. And this is getting me straight from Rockefeller himself. This is what they want to accomplish. And all money will be in your chips. And so instead of having cash, anytime you have money in your chip, they can take out whatever they want to take out whenever they want to. If they say you owe us this much money in taxes, they just deduct it out of your chip digitally.
Total control.
Total control. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip, and you have nothing.
That's it. You're out. They don't need to kill you. They turn off your chip. You can't buy anything. You can't participate on society essentially. You're out. You are essentially dead. That's the goal. They create the problem. The problem is all of this that is happening right now, all of that, what I talked before, and the solution to that is going to be a one world government idea. People like Asmongold said, it's just the two types of people, Karens and incels. No, it's not Karens and incels. It's the women and their simps. Like I said, white men can't control their women. It's that simple. This is why they are winning, because you allow them to win. Oh no, but it's these guys, it's those guys pointing fingers all the time and never taking accountability for nothing. We are truly living in a clown world. We have a feminist Christian that is leading the censorship campaign that is going to destroy your hobbies. Men are allowing it, nobody's doing anything about it, just complaining. The UK is speedrunning the New World Order, and if you think you are safe in the US, you don't even know. You don't even know. You are not safe anywhere, because the New World Order, it's about all the fucking world, you fucking moron. So you better stop listening to these people that say it's about the children, it's about the safety of the internet. All of these people are lying to you, obviously, but there are the other groups of people like Asmongold, those grifters, dude. Those right-wingers, because Asmongold is not even a right-winger, he has said so himself, so he's not even a right-winger. Those streamers that people seem to think they are the right-wingers, they are never going to tell you that this is about the New World Order, right? Because they are grifting you. That's their job, to manipulate you into believing it's about something else. It's just the payment processors. We need to control them. And who are these payment processors exactly? What is all of this really about? You are never going to be told what is really about, because these people want to manipulate you. They want to control you. They don't want you to know the reality of what is happening. They don't want you to know. They want to keep you in check. But anyway, this is why I started my channel, right? To tell you the real stuff. And the reality of this is that this is about the New World Order. Oh no, but you're crazy! Think that if you wish. Think that if you wish. Time will prove me right. The New World Order is coming, and it's coming fast.